Good evening everybody, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've last posted one. Just been busy doing other stuff, but off out just to a little jolly up to Dartmoor with a few mates and just have a little ride around really. No real destination, but yeah, no real destination. We're gonna, wherever we're going, we're just gonna go via Cadover Bridge, and then go on from there. So I might end the video at Cadover or just carry on recording afterwards, but just turn the mic off. And then that way I can listen to some music on the way back in, because I'm still not sure. I'm going to need to test it one day and just do a video with music on, just to see whether it picks it up on the microphone, because if it doesn't, then I can listen to music all the time, but then if it does, I know I can't, because of YouTube's copyright. Well, apart from, so May half term, first week was lovely weather, second week wasn't great, not May half term, sorry, Easter half term, but we seem to be getting blessed with a lot of summer weather lately, which, considering in Plymouth, it's quite a rare thing. So making the most of getting out on the bike. I know I've been talking about my direct access and getting a big bike like mates in front. Well, the progress with that is literally theory test is booked for this month, which the mock tests haven't been going great. But when I did my car theory test, I failed like literally every single mock I failed, but passed the actual theory test. So I'm hoping it's going to be the case with the motorbike as well. But I booked it back in February, and the only slot they had available was May, end of May, which found it quite odd that so many people are doing theory tests to make it fully booked in the last 3 months, but I suppose it is a way things are going at the moment, when more and more people are driving, riding. But hopefully I'll pass it, and then I've got 2 years then to do my direct access, which I'm still hoping to scrimp and save and do that during October half term. The two mates in front made their dads up in Exeter in October, and they said it was kind of better because the streets weren't as busy, because obviously it's winter time. So hopefully I'll find the same when I do it. But as like I've been saying, I'm not too bothered about mod 2. It's just the mod 1 that's concerning me, all the slow manoeuvres. But if I can get my direct access done in October, then I've still got, what, 5 months until my CBT runs out. So then hopefully I can just book myself on a 3-4 day course, and then we can do it, rather than having to spend a day doing CBT, that's an extra day learning slow manoeuvres and ease your confidence in. Looking forward to all these roadworks up here being finished. They've been going on for ages and there's still another few months left, but it's just a ball ache just getting up here. Well, not up here, up onto Dartmoor. Unless you're leaving first thing in the morning, and then it's absolutely fine. Me and the missus did a triathlon in Tavistock on Bank Holiday Monday just gone, so we're recording this on VE Day. So and we did a triathlon on Monday in Tavistock, and driving to Tavistock at 6 o'clock in the morning, even with the roadworks, was bliss. But when you come in at, what, 20 past 5 in the evening, when everyone's trying to get home from work, it's not so great. And the roadworks have been going on for ages, and I still don't even know what the point is. That's a nice gentleman letting us through. happen often. Don't know where we're going, got nowhere of going, riding on the road to nowhere. There they go. This is what makes me jealous about being on a 125. To be fair, we went to a cafe down on the A38 called Checkered Flag, and I'm on the 125 and Mark's on his Ducati Monster, and he stayed behind me the whole way just so nobody either cut in front of me or went too close behind me. That's why it's nice having friends that have bigger bikes and they slow down. I know some just go off, and which, you know, you don't expect them to slow down because they've got that license for the bigger bike, but yeah, it's nice. Shows what true friends are like, I suppose. So me and Mark went to GT's last week and had a little look around, and obviously it's annoying going when you've only got a 125 and you're seeing all these big boy, bad boy bikes, or big go, bad go bikes. But I've decided, much like deliberation, you know, I was torn between the Yamaha, the Honda Hornet, and then the Triumph. The new Triumph came in then, and it's like, oh, that looks good. But the issue is with Triumph is the Triumph dealership in Plymouth shut down, so any issues with it, you know, it's got to go up to Exeter, up to Bridgewater, so that's going to be a ball ache. But I quite like the look and the style. When I sat on it, obviously didn't ride it, but of a Honda Hornet 750. And favourite colour is blue, so I'd get that in blue. And I went on the website and put all the accessories in and all the extra bits and pieces, and, you know, the crash bungs, quick shifter, pannier bags and heated handlebars, and it was 8,200, and that's brand new. So 3 years, no MOT. And it's up in GT's, which is only a 10-minute ride, so if something does happen, it's easy to get to. So I was looking at the Yamaha, but yeah, I think my mindset, hopefully, no new bikes that I like come out between now and when I pass, or not when I pass, when I can afford to get a bike. Because even if I pass in October, I'll keep hold of this one till February at least, get the finance paid off, and then look at another one. But yeah, I think I'm set on the Honda Hornet now. came up here on the bike not so long ago and rode around and didn't put my camera on and just listened to music, and it was early in the morning and it was just nice. The weather wasn't hot but it wasn't freezing, so it was just a nice little bimble on the bike. And that's another thing that I love about Dartmoor. You know, you take away those beautiful views that you can see in the distance. You know, you've got all these long, windy roads, country roads that just lead to here, there and everywhere. You know, it's amazing. The missus drove up to Cadover to wait for us. She doesn't ride a bike. I keep telling her that she'll love it, but need to get a CBT done, and then once she's done that, insure her on mine, and then she can see if she actually likes it, because hard to imagine, but biking isn't for everyone. And to be honest with you, I never thought it was for me. You know, I grew up not particularly fond of bikes. I wasn't even a car person. I knew cars had four wheels, well, 5 if you count the spare, 6 if you count the steering wheel, and that's all I really knew about cars. And I was never one of these people that, you know, went to all these meets or bothered with cars. It was just something that never interested me. Same with bikes. But it came up on my memory not so long ago, about 7 years ago. I started looking at bikes and liking them. I think I shared a post about KTM Duke, which obviously I didn't have no knowledge of bikes back then, so I just liked the look of it. You know, when you don't really ride and you're just looking at bikes, you look more at the aesthetics of it. But yeah, and then Mark and Alison in front did their direct access a couple of years ago, and for my 40th I'd already asked the missus to book me in for a CBT, which she did, and we're going out together. Mark and Alison in front, both tattooists. Mark owns a tattoo parlour. It's on Mount Wise in Plymouth, called Red's Tattoo. It is having a makeover, and there is going to be a name change coming. But amazing tattooist, amazing friends. And it's always nice to, although I like riding by myself, which I do, I think I prefer riding with other people. Riding by yourself is nice, especially if you want to. I bought a Cardo simply because I went riding by myself, and sometimes riding by yourself with your own thoughts isn't great. But yeah, so whacking music on, riding with mates is brilliant. And that's what I'll do. Once we get to Cadover, we'll grab an ice cream, then I'll take the mic off and disconnect it. I'll probably still carry on recording, but then I can, yeah, just listen to Eminem and just chill and enjoy it. Meep meep. youngsters could probably get up that faster on a road bike. Oh, bless them. Love them. Another, you know, I know I'm not a burden to them, but when they're having to wait for me and stuff, I do feel like a burden, so it'd be nice to get a bike and keep up with them and not feel guilty. Long and winding road that leads to your door. So I used to come out here, I've been out here a few times with the missus, used to come out with son, and there used to be an ice cream van out here, and I am extremely partial to a whippy, so I'm hoping that there's still an ice cream van out here. We went on to we did a ride the other day, last month I think it was, met up at Mark's, rode down to the Barbican, went to Captain Jasper's, got a Jasperizer. Alison came with us. It was our first trip to Captain Jasper's as a motorcyclist, and then the weather was nice, and you know, sometimes you get out on a motorbike and you feel like, oh, you know, it is not a good ride, everything's going wrong, but this one felt like a good ride. So we went up to Jenny Cliff, parked up, had an ice cream, looked at the view, had a chat. It was good. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go to Cadover, park up, have a natter. Mark's birthday today, and then go back to ours. He can have his present. Look at the scenery. Stunning. And some people don't get a chance to see it. Even some people in Plymouth, they don't get a chance to come up to Dartmoor for one reason or another and experience what we've got for free on our doorstep. And it is a real big shame. Just the fact that you come up here and some things, you know, you can see has had a bit of work done on it, and then some things are just untouched. You know, we walk across it, we do this, we do that, you know, we go for little ambos, but then you get this, you get horses crossing the road. You know, we're on their home, not the other way around. You know, this is where they live, and we're up here visiting their home, and it's just amazing. And there is my beautiful girlfriend. Well, fiance. Better not say girlfriend. She'll beat me.